Hi everyone, I just wanted to do a live about some of the changes and the things that we're up to during this particular time to make sure that we can support you guys as best as we can in the most effective way possible. So first of all, we hope that everybody is healthy and safe and happy no matter where you are. We wanted to just mention that if you are cancelling or moving an appointment or anything like that, that's absolutely fine. But we will be sending out text messages, and if we don't hear from you letting us know that you're okay, we're going to keep chasing you, keep phoning you to keep checking in. So if you get an SMS, please respond. They're coming from our personal mobiles just to make sure that, you're actually okay and well. Secondly, we've moved all of our consulting now online in light of the government basically encouraging us not to leave unless absolutely necessary. There's no real reason now to come into the clinic because we can't touch you anyway, and my office looks really boring with plastic crappy chairs and they're 4 meters apart. So to be honest, I've been here most of today. I'm here till 7 p.m. doing Zoom and Skype consultations, and they actually are at the point now where they feel far more personal than sitting 4 meters away from somebody, and trying to have a consultation that way. So we're really moving towards online only, and we will just assure you that, even before this happened, 40% of our client base was online. New Zealand, Sydney, Perth, the Outback. So we're more than across how to support you through this medium. So if you're in a position where you want to keep going and keep prioritizing your health and nutrition, then we absolutely can do that. So also just wanted to mention that, onwards from that, if you are in a position where you're maybe working from home and you're finding yourself with a little bit more time and maybe mental headspace, this is a really good opportunity to try to sort of work on your health, get your nutrition as good as possible. If you're wanting to release some weight for health reasons, obviously we can assist with all that sort of stuff. And now is a great time if you do have more time in particular to put into food preparation and a bit more headspace to put into yourself. As I'm saying to all my clients, fresh food is not a problem as far as availability right now. Try to support your local butchers, your fruit and veg markets, or your fruit and vegetable stores. They are just so well stocked. I've been to several all the way basically from the city down to the Redlands area, and haven't had a problem getting fresh food. The food that we're struggling to get hold of is I'm seeing Coke sold out in the supermarkets, pasta, long life things. And at the end of the day, they're not really the kinds of foods we focus on most of the time. So, if you can cook with your fresh food, you're not going to have an issue. And a lot of these smaller retailers are playing it safe and offering free delivery. So it's a great opportunity to switch over and support your butcher and your greengrocer as opposed to your local Woolies. We also are in a position where you might see over my shoulder, I've moved the entire clinic dispensary into my, it's actually my parents' kitchen. I'm working from my parents for the foreseeable future because we ripped out our kitchen last week. So everything is here. If you need supplements to continue your health regime, we are posting them out with no postage attached. Try to order, double what you normally would. That would help us because then we're not sending regular parcels. I'm also doing drop-offs to people who are fairly local as well, so you can get some things on the same day. Our main priority right now is to try to support as many people as we possibly can, and that includes people who may not be existing clients. Because one of my biggest concerns coming out of this or one of my biggest concerns for people right now is that a lot of people are feeling really isolated. Some of my clients are really paralyzed by what to do now that they're working from home. The dream, of course, has probably been for a lot of people, oh, wouldn't it be awesome if we could work from home? And then it suddenly becomes a reality and we're like, oh my gosh, what do we do? You know, like we don't have structure, we don't have routine. We've forgotten all the little things that we do every day to take care of ourselves because, there's, a lot of unknowns right now. So people are feeling a little bit stressed. I've been thinking over the last week quite hard about how we can best support people during this time so that they have a little bit of help with structure, a little bit of help feeling connected to each other and to us, and how we can encourage people to keep healthy physically and mentally. There's going to be a lot of potentially, mental health complications that come out of this particular time in the long run. And while we certainly aren't counselors and whatnot, we know that if we can help people to eat better, make sure they're still getting a little bit of sunlight exposure, move, all those basic self-care things, we can really sort of halt the progression of some of those symptoms as well. So we want to do everything we can there. So I'm going to just briefly mention a new project that we've been working on that I finally kind of got my head around on the weekend. And that is that we're creating an online forum, which will be in the format of a private Facebook group where we will be taking people through one of our basic nutrition programs, which is just about whole foods. And we will be providing structure and support to ensure that people stay in a basic routine, ensuring that they're drinking enough water every day, that they're actually getting out and doing a bit of movement, that they're seeing sunlight. And so we'll almost be providing it's kind of like group nutrition consulting in a way. Obviously, we have certain legal boundaries around that. But there's absolutely no reason why people can't jump on our Whole Foods program with us and we can't do it as a community. So Michelle's working hard in the background at the moment, setting things up for me as a private Facebook group. The actual community is going to be called Happy and Healthy because I couldn't think of anything more appropriate. I think that's what we all want for ourselves and each other at the moment, to come out of this happy and healthy. So that will be the sole goal of the forum. Other things might happen as a result. You might feel like your digestion or your IBS improves, or your skin gets better, or you lose weight, or you get more energy. But at the end of the day, the sole goal is to help people feel healthy and feel happy, so that at the end of all this, we come out even stronger than we were on the other side. So that forum is currently being kind of created, and all of the structures putting in place. As fast as it's coming into my head, I'm trying to push it out and make it a reality. It'll be really kind of coming into reality in the next day or two. A lot of our existing clients, I've already mentioned this too. Now, for existing clients, this service is going to be completely free. So if you are a Metabolic Balance program client, or you're doing a program with us already, or you've just seen us and you're working on some habit changes and we've asked you to eliminate a few foods and try a few different things, you'll be invited to just jump in, and you can use that. You can pop in and out of that forum as much as you like to try to help you feel connected, and to try to help give you the structure and the tools to keep working on these things day in, day out. For those of you who aren't clients, but you want to come on board, but you're just not wanting to work with us one-on-one right now, it's going to be a really low rate, like $10 a week or something like that. I'm still trying to firm that side of things up and work out how we can best deliver it by providing a really, really awesome service, but also keeping the cost as low as possible. So the Happy and Healthy Forum is in the making right now, and it should be ready in the next sort of 24 to 48 hours, and there'll be heaps more information coming out about that, what it involves, how to join, what to expect, etc., etc. Finally, we're working on a couple of ebooks. We've got an ebook that we're pulling together, some really basic kind of bulk cooking recipes using really basic ingredients, like things like mince and legumes and, you know, just roast chickens and stuff. Like, what do I do with this food that I can get? How do I make it go a little bit further? It's getting a little bit cooler now, so you might want to be putting some things in the slow cooker and whatnot. So we're pulling together an ebook as we speak. It'll probably be ready, I'd say definitely in the next week, hopefully before that. Just even if there's a dozen recipes in there to start with, we'll keep adding to it and updating it, and that will be free. You'll just email and grab it or download it off the website. And Nicole and I are also finalizing the ebooks for preconception and trimester 1 support for pregnancies, and we'll be moving on to a support book specifically for trimester 2 as well, and they will definitely be free during this time. The trimester 1 pregnancy support book so far is about 40 or 50 pages long, so there's loads of really good information in there from 2 nutritionists who are currently going through pregnancy. We want to try and help support all the mums to be out there as far as their food and their nutrition and their well-being goes, and it just gives some general advice that's applicable to us all for those who aren't actually working with us. So that's all the stuff that we're doing at the moment, guys. We hope, like we said, that above all you're safe, happy and well. If you get a text message from us, please respond. We're also making phone calls this week to all of our regular clients just to check in on their well-being. So, you know, have a yarn. It's nice to stay connected, and definitely reach out if you need. And we're looking forward to bringing you hopefully lots of really useful stuff and lots of support so that we stay as well as we can during this time as we possibly can. Thanks for tuning in.